We started coming here because Madison went through kindergarten up to 4th grade, unable to read, and I didn't know what the problem was, but she would get so upset and tell me that it just didn't look right to her. And when we would even practice sight words, she would cry and fight and say, "I can't." And I didn't really understand that she actually meant it when she said she can't. She wasn't seeing it right. And it was recommended, you all were recommended to me by somebody close to me. And we came in to have an appointment and had her tested and found out she indeed couldn't see anything correctly. And that was what began the process. The one that we were put in was 30 weeks. So we came here once a week, but then we did the home program about 5 days a week, sometimes 4 days a week, and that involved different activities. Some of it was on the computer later on, but in the beginning it was more like just little different activities. Some of it was physical, some of it was on paper, but and she did all these things that seemed to help create the pathways in her brain that she didn't have before. And in the beginning, it didn't seem like, I couldn't see how this was going to help, but over time, and not very much time, things started to click. And the exercises we were doing that seemed to have nothing to do with reading was transferring over to her recognizing things that she was unable to see before. As her mom, what I see is a child who couldn't, now I will start crying, a child who could not read at all to someone who is reading. And even though she has to catch up with some of the skills that she wasn't able to do in the beginning because she couldn't see the words correctly, she's recognizing the words, she's reading, and I know that the pathways are there now, so even though there's a little bit of catching up to do, she's going to be absolutely fine. And I think she would have grown up unable to read. I would scream it from the rooftops. I think that this should be implemented in schools everywhere, honestly, because I think that so many kids are struggling and they grow up with low self-esteem. They think that there's something wrong with them. They feel angry, they feel just every emotion. I mean, I think this actually leads to children growing up and also behaving badly because they just are acting out. And I wish that people knew to look into this because I think it could change lives everywhere.